Welcome to another deep dive. Today we're plunging into Emily Henry's latest novel, Funny Story. It came out April 23rd, 2024. Our goal here is really to pull out the key insights from, well, all the reviews and chatter around this one, help you understand why it's clicking with readers and, hitting that fantastic 4.5-star average.
Yeah, and what's pretty fascinating right away is how the sources they frame Funny Story not just as a love story. It's really positioned as this journey of reinvention.
Reinvention, yeah.
Yeah.
That definitely seems central. Okay, so let's get into the basic setup. Daphne's life gets totally turned upside down. Her fiancé, Peter, leaves her. And not just leaves her, but leaves her for his childhood best friend, Petra.
Ouch.
Exactly. Then somehow, Daphne winds up rooming with Miles, and Miles is Petra's ex.
Talk about awkward.
Right. And this is what kicks off their whole fake dating plan. It sounds very rom-com, but how are critics saying Henry makes it, more than that?
Well, that's the key thing reviewers seem to be grabbing onto, the depth. It's not just played for laughs. They consistently highlight how the book really digs into Daphne's initial grief,
Mm-hmm.
the betrayal, the loneliness she feels. It's quite raw.
Yeah.
And that commitment to the real pain, it seems to ground everything else. It makes the humor, the eventual connection feel well earned
Yeah.
and very relatable.
So it's less about just swapping partners and more about rebuilding yourself.
Exactly. That's what many reviews emphasize. The process of finding your footing again after everything collapses.
And the characters must be a huge part of that. Daphne sounds, relatable but tough. And Miles, he gets called the cinnamon roll love interest a lot.
Mm,
Can you unpack that a bit? What are reviewers saying about them, especially that term?
absolutely. The character work gets a lot of praise. Daphne's relatability, reviewers say, comes from watching her navigate this huge identity crisis after being cheated on.
Mm-hmm.
And her wit, her sharpness, is seen as a really believable coping mechanism. As for Miles, yeah, cinnamon roll. It's basically fan speak for a guy who's just fundamentally sweet, kind, emotionally intelligent.
Okay. Not the typical brooding hero, then.
Not at all. It's refreshing, critics say. His empathy and his humor, they provide this sort of comforting balance to Daphne's chaos. And it makes their banter feel not just sharp, but emotionally meaningful, too.
Interesting. So it goes deeper than just charm. The sources hint at bigger themes, right? Beyond the romance itself, what are critics pulling out there?
Yeah, and this touches on what makes a modern romance really resonate. Beyond the unexpected love angle, reviewers often point to themes like friendship and the importance of found family. The people you choose who become your support system.
Ah, okay. Found family. That's powerful.
It really seems to be. Critics suggest it broadens the idea of healing. It's not just about finding a new partner, it's about self-worth and maybe letting go of the life you thought you wanted. And many mention Henry's use of dual perspectives, getting inside both Daphne's and Miles's heads adds a lot of complexity to what could be, a familiar setup.
And the setting helps too, I gather. This cozy lakeside town, bookstores, libraries. Sounds nice.
Definitely. The setting gets praise for adding charm, a kind of comfort blanket around the emotional stuff.
But it wasn't all perfect praise, right? Any criticisms?
Well, yeah, the reception's overwhelmingly positive, but nuanced. A few reviews mentioned the beginning felt maybe a little slow to ignite,
Okay.
and others noted that while the fake dating plot is fun, it might not hold huge surprises for, hardcore rom-com fans.
Right, familiar beats.
Exactly. But the consensus really seems to be that Henry pulls it off, that the emotional payoff and the character depth more than make up for any minor quibbles. That balance of humor and heartbreak is what people keep coming back to.
So, boiling it down for the listener, what's the takeaway? Funny Story sounds like it's perfect if you're maybe nursing a broken heart yourself, or just want a smart, funny romance that actually has some weight to it.
I think that's it. This deep dive really shows it's not just about finding love. It's deeply about finding yourself again when your world's been shaken up. Critics really see it as a story about how healing can happen in these really unexpected, sometimes messy ways, a testament to new beginnings.
Which really makes you think, doesn't it? What stands out to you about how growth and, well, genuine happiness can actually emerge from those really difficult, unexpected situations?